Today we are testing a 3-3-4 formation that won the Champions League. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel with me, Andrew. We're doing a tactics test. My good friend Matt has submitted his 3-3-4 formation, which helped him win the Champions League with Turkgucu Munchen in the Bundesliga. Beat Man City in the final. We'll show you that. We'll show you the tactic. We'll show you the roles. And then we'll do our proper test to show you how it got on. Matt's took over Turkgucu in the third tier, got them up to Bundesliga, mostly playing a 4-3-3. And then he wanted a bit of chaos. And you'll see here, he has finished his last season, 2032, 16 points clear of Bayern Munich, scored 99 goals, had the best defensive record in the league, and then went on to beat Man City 4-3 in the final, which was a bit of an epic game if I remember correctly when he was texting us. So 1-0 up, 2-0 up, 2 goals in Moukoko, goal from Haaland, you're fucked a bit. Then got the equaliser, and then he scored the winner in the 107th minute, an own goal from Parsons. Just to put the boot in to Man City. Parsons on as a sub, scored the goal. But you see there, better XG, similar shots, higher possession. It worked, and I don't think Matt's didn't think this was going to be good enough or stable enough to win the Champions League, but it has. His strikers in the last season, Flavio Gaspar, who he bought from 50 million from Liverpool. Got a look at Flavio Gaspar, monster, 5'9" monster, 48 goals, 13 assists. Kielberg, his other striker, 35 and 21. And then Riviere, his attacking mid, probably the Mazzala, 18 first touch, 18 passing, 21 assists, superb. So, do you want to have a look at it? Here is the tactic, and it's a shape I've seen a couple of times now when you're looking about this different sites and the creators, but I've never seen quite this combination of roles. It's very interesting. So we'll go through them. And Matt's is quite high on his player instructions, but apparently he's not used as many, and he loves his team fluidity. Always fluid or very fluid. And it's something I'm not always hung up about. I'm not entirely sure the sort of pros and cons of it, if I'm honest. So, wide centre back on support. Super keeper on support. Ball playing defender on defend. Ball playing defender on defend. This one's staying wider, so giving you that width the wide centre back would as well. DM on support with hold position and tackle harder. The Cariello on support. Mazzala on support with tackle harder. Now, this is the one. The inverted winger on support with cross from deep, which kind of goes against the inverted winger. Roam from position, which I like. Stay wider and tackle harder. So that's interesting. I wonder who played that role for him. We'll have to look at that in the test, see who played there. Winger on support with tackle harder, and one AF, and the second one, and the second AF has tackle harder. I'm not sure why one does and one doesn't. So you'll have to ask him that. Yes. So he's playing on attacking, of course, because why wouldn't you when you've got those 4 or 5 guys in the attack? Playing wide, stretching in the defence, passing into space, playing out of defence, short on standard, passing directness and tempo, working the ball into the box. Interesting, something I'm always reluctant to do. In transition, just counter pressing, so we're not countering. So he's kind of trying to keep possession, which I know he likes a lot. And then out of possession, much higher engagement, much higher defensive line with the offside trap, forcing the opposition outside, so staying really narrow. He's getting stuck in, and he's got the trigger press more often. Let's get to our test. if you're new to the channel, this is how we test. It's the same 4 teams: Chelsea, Brentford in the Premier League, Sheffield United and Peterborough in the Championship. Gives us a broad scale of top to mid to bottom teams. It's then scored on points, goals scored, goals against. So it doesn't matter if you come second and maybe you've got 5 points less than a team that comes third. It's all about the points. So it's wins, goals. That's what's important. That's what we judge it on, and it's judged as a whole. Now, let's get into the results for the Mesut 2.0 by Mats. So Chelsea came 4th in the league, 70 points, 22 wins. Oh, it's 5 wins behind the top. The Brentford came 13th. They are projected lower, but usually they're around kind of mid-table. So that's not ideal. But Lukaku did get 41 goals. Top scorer in the league. Kai Havertz, 25 goals. Lukaku, highest average ratings, 7.96. Reece James, 7.62. How many assists did Reece James get? Because that's going to be the... Only 6 goals, 5 assists. 30 games in the Premier League. Just did a really good job defensively. Must have been playing that wide centre-back. I think we'll double-check that. Yep, playing as the wide centre-back on the right. It's probably an ideal role for him, isn't it? In terms of goals scored, Chelsea the highest, 111 goals. Brentford sort of in the middle with 60 goals against. Chelsea mid-table, that's at 61 goals against. That's maybe the problem, isn't it? And Brentford, the third worst defensive record in the Premier League. If we go to Chelsea's data hub, just to have a look at this. 2.92 goals per game, 2.25 expected, so over, nearly 18 shots, possession around about the same as the league. Conceded's high though, conceded's quite high. Let's have a look at the Championship. Sheffield United have finished third. They're in the playoffs and they won the playoff final. Yeah, 3-0 in the semi. We'll get to the final in a second. 82 points is decent. 12 losses is bad. Ryan Brewster, 26 goals, excellent. John Egan, 7.48, highest average rating. Where is he playing? What is he? He is a centre back. Is he the wide centre back as well? Because Matt said the wide centre back just does really, really well. 12 assists for Oliver Burke, and the only Peterborough player we can see there is Nathan Thompson, 18 yellow cards. That's to get stuck in. Peterborough finished 19th. They are predicted, I think, 21st, 22nd at the start. They are predicted 20th at the start. But you'd hope with a good tactic they'd do better. No, they did not. Sheffield United won the playoff final 3-0 against Blackpool at Wembley, promoted to the Premier League. Let's have a look at the goals. 108 goals by Sheffield United. Peterborough second on 87. There's what it is, but they conceded 98. Which is probably the worst. It is the worst by 16 goals, which is Sheffield United. Defensively, this is not for you. Data Hub, this is Peterborough's. Nearly 2 goals per game, 15 shots, conceded over 2. It's not good defensively. And when I look at the Football Manager story or tactics test results board, where everyone gets a score. So it is the third highest in goals scored with 366. Naps Mad as a Hatter and My Bruno Holds Barred, which the link will be up there. That scored more, but it's the only ones that have. It's 15 goals ahead of GYRFM's Bane tactic, but it's the goals against where it struggles. It is the most. 322 was the first tactic to concede over 300. No one had conceded over 280 before that. So Matt's killing it with the goals conceded. But goals scored, it is brilliant. So if you look at the tactic again, it's where do you improve it defensively? Do we need a defend duty? Do we need something more supportive? Do we need something down the wings? It possibly needs something just to make it a bit more solid. Maybe not being much higher an offside trap and get stuck in and all that as well. But hey, he won the Champions League with it, with a team that wasn't expected to, and that's amazing. So yeah, so it's the best tactic we've tested for goals scored, the worst for goals against. And that says it all about them, is it? And it did the job. And if you score more goals in teams, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win a lot of trophies. So thanks to Mats for his tactic. Download it, have a go, tweak it, let me know what you think. Could you make this defensively solid while keeping the attacking impetus? If you can, I could run it again and we'll see what we get. Yes, so it didn't score well on our tail. I think it's the worst. Is it the worst score? Overall, it's got the worst score of any tactic we've tested, but that's purely because goals against impacts the lowest points for any team with the highest goals. 2.18 goals per game is pretty high. Like, it's really good. So, yeah, I think it needs some tweaking if you wanted to make it viable as a really dominating tactic. But as a goal-scoring tactic, there's nothing better. So, yes. Let us know what you think. Drop a like on the video. Thank you, Mats, for submitting your tactic. I'll look forward to see what he comes up with next. He's doing a 4-4-2 with Palace. So let's see how he gets on with that. Thank you for watching, guys. Until next time, from me, Andrew, bye for now.